Hang on, I messed up. What an idiot. Cacti. Shit. What happens when you encounter a coding challenge so difficult it actually makes you cry? You try again. The previous video hasn't come out yet, but I have stopped crying, so I want to try something. First of all, how does this even work? What is this game? This is a real coding game. We have this field and this little drone. I write some code which then gets executed by that drone. So if I just run this, the drone does exactly what I told it to. So planting various crops, harvesting them to gain resources, and then we can potentially unlock many unlocks and upgrade them as well. That's the core mechanic of the game. Now the current goal is to make the drone do all of this automatically on its own and unlock all of these unlocks by itself without me actually having to click anything or edit the code whatsoever. The goal is to get to this final unlock. So basically the game is gonna reset, the drone is gonna do everything and unlock that. Now the issue I'm encountering is that, for example, say we want the drone, game reset, and we want to plant some carrots to get carrot items, or carrots basically. So what I would do is call this carrot planter plant carrots function, right? And say like, okay, I want 1,000 carrots. Now this is a piece of code I've already written, but it won't work at some point. For this to work, we actually need to be able to plant an item. In this case, plant carrots using carrot seeds. To do that, we need to have this plant unlocked and also to have these carrots unlocked. So if we don't have that, this function is simply gonna fail. Now what about wood? That's a little easier. So here I plant trees in a specific pattern to maximize the output, but to do that properly, I need these trees unlocked as well, and I also need this planting. So not just planting, but also trees, which is under carrots. So perhaps at some stage, I need to get wood some other way, and that's by planting bushes instead. So we can plant bushes, they don't have to be unlocked, but we still need that plant function, which gets unlocked here. And the issue obviously is that at some point these upgrades that are on the top here require wood or carrots or whatever. But we need to move on and unlock these things first to be able to do that. Now what I want to do is make this a bit more automatic and safe, let's say. So the drone can simply say, or our code can simply say, I want 1,000 wood. And it's gonna be up to me to decide whether we should plant bushes, trees, or none of that because we can't really plant. Or if we plant trees, I also use water tanks. So I water the trees for them to grow faster. But that also gets unlocked somewhere here after carrots. Right? So I need to make this code as robust as possible, because if we were to try planting without having unlocked that or using a water tank, it would all fail. So that's my goal for today. Make these functions a lot more robust so that I can simply say, I want wood, and it's not gonna fail. Worst case, it's gonna return and say, okay, sorry, you can't have wood because we don't know how to plant anything just yet. I have this tools file with various functions I like to use, like plant item or buy, and it has a lot of hidden logic in it, and I use these functions quite often, right? So for example, the function fertilize is very simple, but the way you fertilize in this game, so use fertilizer, is like this: use item fertilizer, right? That's quite simple, but it's easier to write fertilize, first of all, and second of all, you need to buy that fertilizer. So say you don't have any, you buy it first, and then you use it. Instead of writing this everywhere, I just write fertilize, and it does all this. So what I want to do as well is to write a few additional tools that would help me make my code a bit more readable. The function I'd like to have is unlocked. So what we can now do is ask the drone or ask the game, is the grass upgrade unlocked? And it's gonna tell us yes it is or no it's not. However, in this game it works a bit differently. Let me just freaking find it. Auto unlock, there we go. This has never happened to me. I'm so scrolled in, I can't actually scroll out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can. Oh, phew. Well, you know, I just can scroll this text, but I can't actually zoom out, even on the edges of the screen. But luckily, there's just enough for me to move this window and scroll out. Anyway, what was it I wanted? There we go. So you can actually say unlock speed or unlock carrots or whatever, but obviously you don't want to do this forever, right? And in this code, you know, to make it robust, we want to know, is planting unlocked or are carrots unlocked? And we can do that by this num unlocked carrots. That's gonna tell us how many upgrades the unlock has. So for example, this speed, it can be upgraded like 20 times it seems, or 19 times. So first you unlock it, and then you can upgrade it as well. This isn't even fully upgraded, right? So for planting here, that just unlocks once, it's either gonna be a 0 or a 1. For speed is gonna be somewhere between 0 and 20. This debug, I haven't unlocked that at all, so it's gonna say 0. Sunflowers, that's like level 5, so it's gonna say 5. So how I'm gonna define this function is, if num unlocked of the unlock we're interested in is larger than 0, then we return true. Otherwise, we return false. So again, instead of having to write this everywhere in my code when I'm just interested to know whether an unlock is unlocked, I just call this function. I hope it's gonna work. I might have messed up. It's so simple, but I might have messed up already because I don't freaking understand this language. Anyway, what I want to have is a, how do we call it? I'm gonna say resource obtainer. It sounds ridiculous, but I don't care anymore. Harvester, maybe? Nah, screw it. So I'm gonna define a bunch of functions. First function is gonna be get hay, and here is the amount of hay we actually want, and this function is gonna just call in this grass planter plant grass. Now let me see, are there any functions that we might not have unlocked just yet? Clear and get world size should be fine, while is not done. Okay, that's another of my functions. Is not done. You have to give it our goal and the item. So in this case, it's the goal, let's say 1000 hay, and the item is hay, obviously. So if the goal is none, meaning we want infinite hay, it's gonna say true, we are not done, keep going. Otherwise, it's gonna check if we have fewer items that we actually need. In that case, return true, so keep going. Otherwise, return false. These functions should all be unlocked, so that's fine. One for loop, another for loop. If can harvest, harvest. Move north, move east. That should work perfectly. No need to unlock anything at all. Because I believe that at the start of the game, the grass is gonna be the only thing unlocked. So get hay is simply gonna call plant grass and give it the goal amount. Next up should be wood. So define get wood with the goal amount. And now this is gonna get a little interesting. Shut up. I haven't finished writing. You can just shut up, okay? I know it has to contain at least one statement. Shut up. I'm just gonna say pass so it doesn't piss me off too much. Okay, I clicked the wrong button. Pass. There we go. Now zip it. This is gonna be interesting because we've got these bushes and these trees. Two ways to get wood. Now, bushes, I believe, should only need planting. So let me see. Yeah, plant bushes. What? Oh, that's interesting. I've already got the get wood function. I'm gonna steal this for sure. Delete that. And that's interesting. I've already written that. So there we go, but it might be wrong. I think it's wrong, really. So bushes just need planting. They actually both need planting, right? Yeah, both need planting. So I'm gonna say if, how do I, not is unlocked, unlocks dot plant, then we return. Okay? So sorry, I can't really do anything because planting isn't unlocked. If planting is unlocked, we can plant the bushes because they don't require anything else. So I think I'm gonna say exactly what it says here. However, I'm gonna use my function. So if not is unlocked, unlocks.trees, we're gonna plant bushes. If trees are unlocked, we can plant trees, but only sometimes, somehow. So let's look at the trees. Again, we should be fine up to here, but here we're actually gonna use water to increase the growth speed of the trees. And like I said earlier, we have to unlock that as well. So I'm gonna say if not is unlocked, unlocks, actually if is unlocked, unlocks.watering, then we can simply plant the trees as it is. This function. That's fine. Otherwise, we haven't really unlocked watering just yet, so we're gonna call a different function. Shut up! Shut up! A different function I have yet to write, where the trees don't require water and trading for empty tanks and stuff like that, right? So I'm just gonna say plant trees, no water. So we should be done here, and now I just need this function. And there are two ways of doing this. I could either do it the smart way and pass an additional argument to this function and maybe skip the watering in that case, or just copy this whole thing and write an identical function again. You know what? Just to be backwards compatible, I'm really not gonna touch this. Because I've got a lot of code that relies on this function being like this, and me adding an additional argument would just screw it over. And I would like to do it, but I just can't. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it there, and this is gonna be plant trees, no water. Plant trees, no water, right? So you don't use item water tank, and you don't trade for empty tanks. Otherwise, I think we should be still okay. Now, another issue we have here is that we trade for empty tanks and we buy 200 of them. That's a real issue. Do you know why? Because that's multi-trade, and that's unlocked here, just after watering. In tools, I actually have this buy function. So I say what item to buy and how many. If we already have enough of these items, we just return true and don't do anything else. I see now this else branch is unnecessary because we have a return here. So this should work still the same way, right? If we have unlocked multi-trade, and yet this is just another way of saying is unlocked, right? So number of unlocked is non-zero because 0 is false, anything else is true. So if we have unlocked multi-trade, we just trade for that many items. Otherwise, we trade for 1. That's quite bad. We should buy them all, right? So I'm gonna say items to buy, or count to buy, there we go, that's better, equals the total count that we want minus the current item count. I'm gonna substitute this here, and here, instead of just buying one item, I'm gonna do a loop and buy all of them. So how do I do that? Oh look, there's example usage right there. Exactly what I need. So for I in range, count to buy, and this has to be in brackets, right? You trade for the item, but we don't want to return it. We just want to say if trade item is false, so we weren't able to trade for the item. So if not trade for the item, we return false. Otherwise, we just keep going, and in the end, we should return true, right? Because all the trades in the middle happened, correctly. We haven't returned false, so we return true once we've done this count to buy times. I think that should work. It's obviously not gonna work, but whatever. So why did I do this? Yeah, for this one. So instead of saying trade, we're gonna say buy, and we want to buy items. Okay, I'm not gonna write it again. Just instead of trade, say buy. Also, I don't know whether it's smart to actually buy 200 of them. I think that's maybe stupid. Nah, that's fine. Worst case is that it fails, right? Yeah, I think we should be fine with trees now. So get wood. If we haven't unlocked planting, nope, we don't do it. If we haven't unlocked trees, we do bushes. If we have unlocked trees but not watering, we plant trees, and otherwise we plant trees without water. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now let's do carrots. So again, ideally I want to say plant carrots and the goal. Can I do that? Carrot planter. That's a nice simple function. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy stuff, and now I've made it so that this works, so I can either multi-trade or do it separately, so that's fine. And then we just need plant item. Plant item. Oh, right, that's another function I wrote. Plant item. There we go. Right. So what we actually need to do for carrots is to till the ground, because it, has to grow on a different type of ground. If num items is 0, we buy one, and then we actually plant it. Right, so this should be fine, but again, we need the planting function unlocked. But that's about it. So I'm gonna say same thing I said right here in the wood part. So if we haven't unlocked planting, we return. Otherwise, we can plant carrots. What's after carrots? So we've got hay, wood, pumpkins. Oh, are pumpkins sooner? No, carrots are here and pumpkins are all the way here. Right, so but let's do pumpkins now. So for pumpkins, again, I'm gonna say plant pumpkins. Again, I'm gonna need some planting unlocked, but I think there's more to it. Pumpkin planter, there we go. Oh, that's quite long. Oh, that's big. Okay, let me squash that a little. So what are we actually doing here? This should be fine. Buy the seeds, should be fine. Oh, look, but we also buy fertilizer for pumpkins. But we don't have a check here if the trade failed. So say we attempt to buy fertilizer, but we can't. So that's fine, we just continue going. But will the trade fail if we haven't unlocked it yet? So we try trading for it right here. It simply says it returns true if it was able to buy the items and false otherwise. Yeah, so if the item cannot be bought, it does nothing. So it shouldn't fail if we have not unlocked the item yet. So that's fine. We don't care about this, but possibly we have no fertilizer. Again, we're using water tanks. It's not nice. Then we harvest and possibly fertilize. Right, so fertilize, that's another thing I'm interested to know. If we say use item fertilizer, is it gonna fail? Yeah, returns false if the item was not used, so I hope it's not gonna fail if the item is not unlocked, so we should be fine there as well. So again, interested in the planting bit, and we are gonna need another function for without water. Now honestly, I'm not even sure whether it's okay to water the plants or not. You know, that's just how the pumpkin puzzle works. Because when you use fertilizer, watering is cancelled. You know, the land is dried. I don't know, I don't care. I'm gonna leave it in. And again, just to be backwards compatible, copy this whole function and say plant pumpkins, no water. And here, we're gonna delete this bit, use water. Don't use water. So again, I'm gonna need this if-else branch. So not plant pumpkins, but do if watering is unlocked, then you plant pumpkins. Otherwise, you plant pumpkins, no water. I think we should be fine there. So that's pumpkins, carrots we have, cacti. Shit. Oh no, that's gonna be so difficult. Okay, come on, you can do it. So we've got cactus, gold, power, eggs, and that's it. I think power comes first actually, and I'm not sure we're gonna need much of it anyway, but let's do it for completion. So get power, and power is gained from sunflowers. Holy shit. Oh, please don't. That's too long. Wait, but we only need watering and planting. Nice. Anyway, this function is actually pretty shit, and I think I need to rewrite it. Let me see, where are actually sunflowers? Oh, here, right. So could I guess that watering is unlocked by the time we get sunflowers? I would really love to assume that. And I realized I'm an idiot, because if you have trees unlocked, that also means you have planting unlocked. Same for the other stuff. Ah, shit. Hang on, I messed up. We need planting. Yeah, in that case we can do bushes without trees. Otherwise, we care about watering. So yeah, this should be fine. But for carrots, why haven't I asked about carrots being unlocked and just cared about planting? What an idiot. Right, so sorry about that. But for carrots, we need unlocks.carrots unlocked. And since they are after planting, planting is gonna be unlocked, then we unlock carrots, and only then can we actually plant them. Right, what an idiot. Now for pumpkins, again, I need pumpkins to be unlocked. Nugget. Oh no, wait, pumpkins are here. Oh, so technically I need planting as well. Right, so if not is unlocked pumpkins and, no, sorry, and, that's just so dumb, and not is unlocked. Unlocks, okay, now I can't see what I'm typing, but you have to believe me. Unlocks.plant, close brackets. Let's see, did I do well? Unlocks plant, yeah, there we go. You return. And then we care about watering. Great. Now here, with sunflowers. It's the same as trees, right? So we care about sunflowers being unlocked. Again, just gonna steal some code from the carrots and say sunflowers instead. So yeah, as I was saying, this code is pretty shit. I'm gonna have to rewrite it at some point because it's not really optimized and it doesn't work that well. But for now, although I hate it, backwards compatible, plant sunflowers, no water. That means water can just piss off. There we go, and I think that should be fine. Yeah, the rest should work. Okay, so this I'm gonna steal from here, like that. And it's not gonna be plant trees, but plant sunflowers. And here it's gonna also be plant sunflowers, but no water as well. Great. Next one is gold. So get gold. Now I think get gold is a function I actually named as such already. Yeah, this is done. There's nothing left here because the 2 remaining resources, or 3 actually, cacti, gold and eggs, are all done here. These were very special puzzles. So gold is earned here. The function is called earn gold, not get gold. That's fine, I guess. So what do we need? Where is it? Cactus? Trees? Where are the mazes? Oh, here. I think we're gonna need mazes for sure. And we need fertilizer as well. That's something we are gonna have. And I think now it's safe to assume that we've got planting as well. Come on. Mazes are all the way down there. Right. So we need mazes unlocked for that to happen. What else? So we call make maze, hedge. Yeah, this is fine. Don't know why this is commented out. Does it even work? Does it work if I've commented it out? Treasure oh, solve harder. There we go. So it should work, I hope. Carrots, false. I mean, just check out the video if you're interested to know how this works. I'm gonna show you how this actually works. So earn gold. The drone creates a maze that's created randomly by the game, and it has to find a path through the maze leading to the treasure chest. The treasure chest then gets harvested and we get a bunch of gold. But this is like a very difficult version of this puzzle where the chest gets only fertilized and some barriers in the maze get removed. That's actually making it much harder to solve, surprisingly, because it introduces loops to the maze. So for example, here you can see this hedge right here already introduces a loop. So technically the drone, if the code was written badly, the drone could go like this, there, around, and back to its starting position, and then nothing would stop it from going around again, creating an infinite loop. Now I think that the treasure chest can only be harvested like 500 times or fertilized. No, 300 times. There we go. So treasure version is something I'm interested in right here. And right now we're at 45. It's gonna be ages. But I don't want to kill it because I'm gonna lose all these resources, you know. But you can at least see that the maze is half empty now. Well, not half empty, but it's getting there slowly. But you also see that it's a little faster at this point, right? Sometimes. But it's so mesmerizing to watch. So pleasant. No, honestly, I like to look at it because I think I've done a good job. Come on, find the chest. Oh, okay, I should shut up. If you don't mind this, you know, doing this, nah, you're gonna have a seizure looking at this. Close your eyes for a second. I'm gonna see whether there's something else unlocked that we need. So good news, we only need fertilizer and mazes. That should be fine. But we also need to make the maze first. So that's here, maze maker. We need to have a water tank and a bush and a fertilizer. So again, I'm gonna assume that if we have mazes unlocked, which is all the way down here, we have already unlocked planting, we have unlocked, oh, bushes we don't actually need to unlock, and watering, nah, never mind, I'm just gonna put it there as well. Can I edit this piece of code or is it gonna stop? Let me try. No, it didn't stop, great. Because I can't edit code that's running at this moment. But I'm also gonna say this again, basically, right? I could put it all in one if statement, but that would be nasty. So if it's not unlocked and I'm interested in planting, And then I'm also interested in, what was it? Watering. So we need all of these 3 things unlocked to be able to earn gold. Goal amount of gold. There we go. That should be fine. Another function is gonna be define get cacti, I guess. Oh, look, almost empty now. So what's the current version? 263. Oh, it's getting close. So look, we've got 496,000 gold, right? And at any second now, it should, once the treasure version reaches, yeah, almost there. Once it, oh, there, that was it. Holy fucking shit. Look at this. 650,000. Yeah, okay, kill it with fire quickly. There we go. It worked. Isn't that beautiful? And that's some fucking code I wrote. Oh, and I just realized that actually I might need a lot of fertilizer to do this. Fuck. Right, so the point is that I've got this, solve harder function, and that keeps just refreshing the maze, fertilizing the treasure chest, and so on 300 times. For that, we obviously need a lot of fertilizer, and fertilizer is bought with pumpkins. So if at some point we run out of pumpkins, we're essentially fucked and we can't get more gold. So perhaps once I actually do this, it might be better to use the normal solve function. But yeah, get to it later, I guess. Another puzzle is the cactus puzzle. So it's called solve cacti. So to get cacti, we're gonna solve cacti with the goal amount. That's the wrong bracket. Goal amount. Obviously, only if cactus... I want to say cacti and cactus at once. If cactus is unlocked, then we can solve the puzzle. Then we do plant everywhere and sort. Right, plant everywhere is my function, that should work, but obviously we need planting. And the sort is... Holy shit, we don't actually need anything for this. That's so great. So I said we also need planting, but the cactus puzzle is below the plant unlock, so we're fine. That's great, simple as that. And the last puzzle is gonna be get eggs. No, sorry, get bones. Why bones? Why eggs? Well, that's because we're gonna be solving the dinosaur puzzle. We need to buy eggs, then hatch dinosaurs and get bones. So that's right here. Dino puzzle, plant dinos. That's the function that we need. Plant dinos, there we go. And we do 3 things, 4 actually. Hatch dinos, solve dinos twice, and then we harvest dinos. Right. So first of all, we hatch dinos. For that, we need to buy the eggs. That should be unlocked with the dinosaurs unlocked. And use item, yeah, we're fine. Then we need to solve dinos, so that's dino solver. And here we essentially do the same as with the cactus items, so that's fine. And then eventually we harvest dinos, and that's done by simple harvesting. Yeah, so again, these puzzles were insanely difficult, but they don't require that much unlocking. So stealing this piece of code, if not is unlocked. Dinosaurs, where are they? Dictionaries. Oh, there we go. Dinosaurs. Then we can't do it, otherwise do that. So I think this was really necessary for me to be able to complete this part of the challenge, and I hope you had fun. Because I certainly did. And I really needed to do something more simple than just jumping headfirst into this bullshit and just, okay, make the whole thing work. There we go. Resource obtainer. I'm really happy with this. Oh, but first, there's another thing. Carrots. We can plant carrots more efficiently, like this. Plant carrots with companions. That's another unlock, and we've got that at... Where the shit is it? Oh, come on, just tell me. I'm not gonna be mad, just tell me where it is. Polyculture, there we go. That's the unlock. So, for carrots, if it's not unlocked carrots, we also want to know if not is unlocked polyculture, then we simply plant these carrots like that, but otherwise we plant carrots with companions. That's like a much more efficient way of planting carrots, essentially. Now we are done.